So Dust James is trying to redeem war criminals who committed war crimes in Iraq, and actually, here's something that's part of a bigger pattern of behavior that is quite concerning. Breakthrough News, who has a pattern of promoting Zionists such as Jamal Bowman and Nico Peled, is now promoting and also promotes Zionists such as Abby Martin and war criminals such as Mike Preisner, who committed war crimes in Iraq, is now adds to that pattern of behavior by promoting Jamie Santiago, who is a war criminal and who committed war crimes in my family's hometown in Iraq, in Baghdad. My family is from Baghdad. They are from the Mansour district. I am 20% Iraqi. 20% of my ancestry is from this amazing country, Iraq, right? Most of it is from Baghdad. I do have family from Kirkuk, Tikrit, and Basra, okay? But most of it's from Baghdad. Now, what is Dust James doing trying to rehab a war criminal who committed war crimes in Iraq? And what is Breakthrough News doing trying to rehab a war criminal who committed war crimes in Iraq? This is the issue I have with people in the American left promoting these so-called anti-war vets. Anti-war vets are war criminals. You are rehabbing war criminals. This is like the Kit Boga situation, the whole do not redeem situation. It's the same thing. Do not redeem. Do not try to redeem war criminals. These war criminals need to be in prison.
Buying or selling a home anywhere in Anchorage of the Valley, including the blue areas on this.
Anyone that's serving or anyone that's thinking about serving, don't do it.
And again, look, this is how the African American community and the Afro-Puerto Rican community collaborate with U.S. imperialism.
Like they told you, just understand that if you join, you might get deployed. You might have physical damages. You might have mental health issues. But hey, do you still want to join? No one's going to join. But if they don't tell you any of the ugly and they make it sound so appealing, you'll be like, sure. My name is Jamie Santiago. I served in the United States Army from 2005 to 2009. I was stationed in Hawaii in school for birds.
So she's illegally occupying Hawaiian land. She's illegally occupying Kanaka Maoli land, right? So that's one crime. That's one count of war crimes and illegal occupation. There's going to be more counts of war crimes and illegal occupation against Jamie Santiago. And again, Latinos and African Americans are definitely a huge part of the U.S. imperial project. You know, many Latinos and African Americans are U.S. collaborators, are U.S. war crimes collaborators.
Was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq from 08 to 09.
So, get this. She was illegally occupying my hometown from 2008 to 2009. I am from Iraq. 20% of my ancestry is from Iraq. Mostly on my dad's side. My mom's side is the one that's Palestinian, Lebanese, Yemeni, and Saudi. My dad's side's Iraqi, okay? Mostly Iraqi, the Asian part of my dad's family. Again, both my parents are Asian. Both my parents are Asian. My dad's of Iraqi descent, right? My dad's family is from Baghdad. My dad's family is from the Mansour district in Baghdad. My dad's grandparents and great-grandparents moved to the United States during the Ottoman Empire, okay? I'm a quarter Iraqi. 20% of my ancestry is from Iraq. That's my third largest percentage. And most of that ancestry is from Baghdad. My family's literally from Baghdad originally. So why is Breakthrough News trying to rehabilitate a war criminal that was illegally occupying my city? And yes, I consider Baghdad more of my city than Anchorage, more of my city than Seattle, more of my city than Portland. You want to know why? I have a genetic connection to the city of Baghdad. 20.63% of my ancestry is Iraqi, and the vast majority of it is from Baghdad. Yes, I do have family in Tikrit. Yes, I do have family in Kirkuk and in Basra. But of that 20%, most of that is from the city of Baghdad. So not only did Jamie Santiago invade and occupy my hometown of Baghdad, she committed war crimes there.
I was recruited between my junior and senior year. My reason for joining wasn't anything patriotic. I was literally just pretty much a product of my environment. I was born in the South Bronx.
Oh, see, she's Puerto Rican. This is how Puerto Ricans are U.S. imperial collaborators. And being a product of your environment is not an excuse. Whether you're from the Bronx, whether you're from Bethel, whether you're from Utqiagvik, whether you're from East Anchorage or Tacoma or Rainier Beach or the south side of Chicago, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse to go be a war criminal. Zero excuses. There are no excuses to go be a war criminal. There are no excuses to commit war crimes in Iraq. I was lied to is not an excuse. That is not an excuse, and it's pathetic and just disrespectful to Iraqis that Breakthrough News is trying to redeem an actual U.S. war criminal who committed war crimes in Iraq. But again, this is nothing new for Chinese-funded Breakthrough News.
I was born to a single mother. My dad was in jail, unfortunately. So I had to find options to get out. And my way of getting out was, unfortunately, I was getting into a lot of problems, so I joined the military.
So again, zero excuses. That is not an excuse. Jamie Santiago tries to make excuses for being a war criminal.
Especially inner city schools, urban areas where your only way out is either to get a scholarship or join the military. So when someone's offering you free schooling.
And again, this is a problem I have with the Puerto Rican community. This is a problem I have with the black community. Oh, I was conned into joining the military. No, you weren't. You sold your people out. You sold the global proletariat out. There needs to be consequences for that. Those consequences could look like prison time, especially if you were in Iraq. If you were in Iraq, and I find out you were in Iraq, especially if you were in Baghdad, Tikrit, or Kirkuk, I will make sure you do prison time. I will make sure you do prison time, and I will make sure you do a long-ass prison sentence. Because I don't take kindly to people invading my hometown. I don't take kindly to people invading my home country. Again, this is a problem I have with Michael Patterson, who's the organizer at PSL, or one organizer at PSL. The man committed war crimes, Michael Patterson committed war crimes in Iraq in 2008 and 2009. Why is he allowed to be a leader of PSL when he's got Iraqi blood on his hands? Again, he's also funded by China. PSL is literally funded by China. So that should say a lot about him. But why are we redeeming people who commit, and why is the US left, I should say, why is the US left? Because I'm certainly not. Why is the US left redeeming people who are war criminals? Why is the US left redeeming people who committed war crimes in my home country, Iraq, and my hometown, Baghdad, where 20% of my ancestry is from? Including all my dad's Asian ancestry is from Iraq. Because, again, both my parents are half Asian. And it just so happens that my dad's Asian ancestry is basically all from Iraq. And again, you know, my dad was born in Chicago. There's a huge Iraqi community in Chicago, actually one of the largest in North America. One of the largest Iraqi diasporas in North America is in Chicago, where my dad was born, where my great-grandparents, my dad's maternal grandparents migrated to. My dad's maternal great-great-grandparents were also Iraqi. Not a really good look for Breakthrough News or Jamie Santiago.
It looks extremely appealing. We went into just the regular, they use women as shield. Women can be pregnant, you have to treat them very aggressively because they can hide bombs underneath their stomachs. It's a terrorist state, be careful, and they want to kill Americans. That is what you're told.
They didn't tell you about the history or...
None of the history. You don't.
So again, she is a war criminal by way of the fact that she invaded my hometown. She invaded my home country. What day is this from? Oh, this is from 2/26. This is from my dad's literal birthday. And we don't celebrate birthdays in my religion, but literally Breakthrough News published this on the day that my dad was born. My dad is half Iraqi. My dad is literally half Iraqi. Check it. My dad's family is from Iraq. 20.63% of my ancestry is Asian. We know where the Arabian ancestry, the Yemeni and Saudi ancestry is from. That's from my mom. We know where the Lebanese and Palestinian ancestry is from. That's from my mom. My dad is from Iraq. See, my dad has a lot of Asian ancestry on chromosome 2. I've almost all of chromosome 2 is Asian ancestry from my dad. Chromosome 4, Asian ancestry from my dad. Chromosome 6, Asian ancestry from my dad. Right? Chromosome 11, Asian ancestry from my dad. Chromosome 14, Asian ancestry from my dad. That's all from Iraq. Chromosome 18, Asian ancestry from my dad. My dad is literally half Asian. And that half Asian happens to be Iraqi. That's why I'm 20.63% Iraqi. That's why my dad was born in one of the cities where there's one of the largest Iraqi communities in the United States and in North America, Chicago, okay? This is crazy that Breakthrough News is trying to redeem and rehabilitate war criminals who committed war crimes in Iraq.
Yet, you don't get a history lesson before going. And honestly, it's easier to control a dumb soldier than a smart soldier. So the less informed you are, the less questions you ask. I was a geospatial engineer, pretty much providing roads in different areas that they'd be able to take in case of, let's say, a convoy being hit by a sniper. So I dealt with infantry and I dealt with the FBI and things like that, and that was...
So she's admitting her guilt to war crimes. This person, Jamie Santiago, who is being interviewed by Breakthrough News, who Breakthrough News is trying to redeem and rehabilitate, is a war criminal. Jamie Santiago is a war criminal. I will prosecute Jamie Santiago. I will have Jamie Santiago extradited to Iraq, prosecuted and incarcerated. You understand? I don't take kindly to people who invade my country and people who invade my hometown. I don't.
My job. I was with military personnel that were Iraqi soldiers, and I was able to go to their homes. I was able to interact, eat their food and stuff like that.
So again, Iraqi collaborators who collaborated with the United States, they will also face prison times. If you were Iraqi and you collaborated with the United States, you're also facing prison time.
And kind of more or less get an insight outside of a military base. They are amazing people, very loving, very welcoming. The wife cooked a meal and a half for all of us, pressing everyone else down the side. Down, the U.S. is creating raids.
And we're not going to show that.
You're using the term freedom. It's a lie. It's a blatant fucking lie. A friend of mine ended up getting killed back home, and I was trying to get back home, and they just didn't care. And once I got out, I struggled. I didn't know what to do.
So again, this person, again, why is the Breakthrough News rehabilitating war criminals? Why is fat ass Dust James, imperialist fat ass Dust James, trying to rehabilitate and trying to redeem somebody who committed war crimes in Iraq? Someone who committed war crimes in my hometown of Baghdad. As someone who's from Baghdad, as an Iraqi American whose family is from Baghdad, my dad's family is from Baghdad, this is disrespectful. Why are you trying to rehab and rehabilitate literal war criminals? Again, I don't care if you were just taking orders. I don't care if, joining a criminal organization was your only way out of poverty. Those are not excuses. Those are not excuses. We deal with a zero excuses environment over here. Okay? I am Iraqi. My family is Iraqi. Many of my family fought against the US in Iraq. I am 20% Iraqi. My dad is Iraqi. Why is Dust James trying to rehabilitate war criminals? Why is Dust James trying to redeem war criminals? And again, this shows you how blacks and Puerto Ricans are a key integral part of U.S. imperialism. And they must be opposed. If you're black or Puerto Rican and you're joining the U.S. military, I don't care, I don't care if you grew up in poverty and that was the only way out. No, there's zero excuses. There are zero excuses for being a war criminal. There are zero excuses for occupying my home country and my hometown. There are zero excuses. Zero excuses. And I take a huge offense to Dust James. I take huge offense to the Breakthrough News for trying to rehabilitate this war criminal and rehabilitate U.S. imperialism and redeem U.S. imperialism, because that's what they're doing. This war criminal, who is a geospatial engineer, should be doing prison time. And I think Breakthrough News and Dust James should be doing prison time for trying to redeem and rehabilitate them. So, because again, I am a quarter Iraqi. I am 1/4 Iraqi. 20% of my ancestry is from Iraq. All my dad's Asian ancestry is from Iraq. Okay? Why is Dust James, and most of my Iraqi ancestry is from Baghdad, while most of it's from the Mansour district of Baghdad, I also do have family from Dora, right? So why is Dust James trying to rehabilitate war criminals? Why is the Breakthrough News trying to rehabilitate war criminals? As an Iraqi American, this is what pisses me off. You're rehabilitating people that committed war crimes against my family, against my people, against my home country, my hometown. And I take huge offense to that.